the Federal Bureau of Investigation. But what lurks beneath the surface of this seemingly impenetrable organization? This exploration delves into the shadowy corners of the FBI, uncovering a history marked by controversial operations, dark secrets, and unsettling truths. From clandestine mind control experiments to media manipulation and alleged cover-ups, the FBI's history is a tapestry woven with threads of both heroism and deceit. Prepare to question everything you thought you knew as we delve into the heart of the FBI, exposing the hidden mechanisms of power, the abuse of authority, and the enduring quest for truth. In the aftermath of World War II, a chilling chapter unfolded in the annals of the FBI, the top-secret MKUltra program. This clandestine operation, shrouded in secrecy and fueled by Cold War paranoia, sought to explore the depths of mind control and chemical interrogation. The program's architects believed that by harnessing the power of psychoactive drugs, hypnosis, and other behavioral modification techniques, they could create the ultimate weapon, a human mind susceptible to manipulation and control. It wasn't until the 1970s, amidst a wave of public distrust and government scrutiny, that the truth began to emerge. Congressional hearings and investigative journalism revealed the shocking extent of the program's experiments, which often involved unwitting subjects, including civilians, military personnel, and even unsuspecting patients in mental institutions. Subjects were subjected to high doses of LSD, often without their knowledge or consent, in an attempt to induce altered states of consciousness and break down their psychological defenses. The ethical implications of MKUltra continue to haunt us today, raising profound questions about the limits of scientific inquiry and the responsibility of those in power to protect the rights and freedoms of every citizen. The Tuskegee syphilis study stands as a stark and shameful chapter in the history of American medicine and government-sanctioned research. This unethical study, conducted over 4 decades from 1932 to 1972 by the U.S. Public Health Service with the complicity of the Tuskegee Institute, deliberately left hundreds of black men untreated for syphilis. The participants, all impoverished sharecroppers from Macon County, Alabama, were enticed to participate with the promise of free medical care. However, they were never told that they had syphilis, nor were they given the opportunity to provide informed consent. Even when penicillin became widely available in the 1940s as an effective treatment for syphilis, the researchers deliberately withheld this life-saving drug from the men in the study. The Tuskegee syphilis study represents a grotesque violation of human rights and medical ethics. The study's legacy continues to cast a long shadow on the relationship between the black community and the medical establishment. The world of journalism, with its noble ideals of truth-seeking and holding power accountable, has often found itself entangled with intelligence agencies, blurring the lines between information and manipulation. Project Mockingbird, a suspected CIA operation during the Cold War, exemplifies this unsettling intersection. Though its existence remains shrouded in controversy and official denials, evidence suggests a covert program aimed at influencing public opinion through the media. The alleged operation involved recruiting journalists, sometimes unwittingly, to disseminate CIA propaganda and disinformation. The Church Committee hearings in the 1970s revealed a pattern of CIA involvement in media operations, including the infiltration of news organizations and the use of journalists as assets. These revelations fueled public distrust in both the media and intelligence agencies, raising concerns about the integrity of information and the potential for covert propaganda. In an era of information overload and the proliferation of fake news, the lessons of Project Mockingbird remain as relevant as ever. Section 5. The Lindbergh Case. A Nation in Terror. The kidnapping and murder of Charles Lindbergh, Jr., the 20-month-old son of famed aviator Charles Lindbergh in 1932, gripped the nation with horror and captivated the world's attention. On the evening of March 1, 1932, the Lindberghs' world was shattered when their young son was abducted from his crib in their Hopewell, New Jersey home. Despite the efforts of law enforcement and the Lindbergh family, tragedy struck when the baby's body was found on May 12, 1932, just a few miles from the Lindbergh estate. The investigation into the Lindbergh kidnapping was plagued by missteps, false leads, and intense public pressure. The case took a dramatic turn when Bruno Richard Hauptmann, a German immigrant carpenter, was arrested in September 1934. Section 6. The Black Dahlia, Hollywood's enduring mystery. The unsolved murder of Elizabeth Short, known posthumously as the Black Dahlia in 1947, remains one of the most infamous and enduring mysteries in Hollywood history. On January 15, 1947, Short's severely mutilated body was found in a vacant lot in the Leimert Park neighborhood of Los Angeles. Despite a massive investigation by the Los Angeles Police Department, the Black Dahlia case remains unsolved. The Black Dahlia case has become a cultural phenomenon, inspiring books, films, and television shows. The enduring mystery of the case, coupled with the gruesome nature of the crime and the allure of old Hollywood, continues to fascinate and haunt. Section 7. Waco, a Deadly Standoff. The 1993 siege at the Branch Davidian compound near Waco, Texas, stands as a stark and controversial chapter in American law enforcement history. The 51-day standoff between the FBI, the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, Firearms and Explosives, ATF, and the Branch Davidians, a religious sect led by David Koresh, culminated in a deadly fire that claimed the lives of 76 people, including 25 children. The siege began on February 28, 1993, when ATF agents attempted to execute a search warrant at the Branch Davidian compound, known as Mount Carmel. Following the botched raid, the FBI took over the operation, initiating a siege that would last for 51 days. On April 19, 1993, the FBI launched a final assault on the compound, using tear gas in an attempt to flush out the Branch Davidians. Section 8. J. Edgar Hoover, the man behind the curtain. J. Edgar Hoover, the enigmatic and controversial figure who reigned over the FBI for nearly 5 decades, from 1924 to 1972, left an indelible mark on the agency and on American history. Revered by some as a crime-fighting icon and condemned by others as a ruthless manipulator who abused his power, Hoover remains a complex and paradoxical figure. Under his leadership, the FBI played a crucial role in combating organized crime, apprehending notorious gangsters like John Dillinger and Babyface Nelson. Hoover also spearheaded the FBI's efforts to combat espionage during World War II and the Cold War. However, Hoover's legacy is also tarnished by his controversial tactics and abuses of power. He amassed vast files on political opponents, civil rights leaders, and even presidents, using this information for blackmail and intimidation. Section 9. Artful Deception, the FBI's Art Crime Unit. Beneath the surface of the art world, with its glamorous auctions and masterpieces commanding astronomical prices, lies a shadowy underworld of forgery, theft, and cultural heritage crimes. The FBI's Art Crime Unit, a specialized team of agents and art experts, operates in this clandestine realm, tracking down stolen treasures, exposing elaborate forgery rings, and bringing art thieves to justice. They investigate the theft of paintings from museums and private collections, the looting of archaeological sites, and the trafficking of cultural artifacts. One of the unit's most notable successes was the recovery of Rembrandt's Storm on the Sea of Galilee, stolen from Boston's Isabella Stewart Gardner Museum in 1990. The FBI Art Crime Unit plays a vital role in protecting cultural heritage and preserving the world's artistic treasures. Section 10. Declassified Secrets and Cover-ups. History is often written by the victors, but what happens when the victors have something to hide? The declassification of government documents, often after decades of secrecy, can provide glimpses into the hidden machinations of power, revealing uncomfortable truths and challenging official narratives. From the assassination of Martin Luther King Jr. to the Watergate scandal and the enigmatic UFO phenomenon, declassified documents have shed light on some of the most controversial and enduring mysteries of our time. The assassination of Martin Luther King Jr. on April 4, 1968, sent shockwaves through the nation and the world. Declassified documents, including FBI files on King, have fueled suspicions, revealing the extent of the FBI's surveillance and harassment of the civil rights leader. The Watergate scandal, which began in 1972 with a break-in at the Democratic National Committee headquarters at the Watergate Hotel, ultimately led to the resignation of President Richard Nixon. Section 11. Conclusion: the truth will out. The journey into the heart of the FBI has been a winding one, fraught with both admiration and apprehension. We have witnessed the agency's triumphs in combating crime and protecting national security, but we have also confronted its darker side, its missteps, and its abuses of power. The declassification of documents, the tireless work of investigative journalists, and the courage of whistleblowers chipped away at the wall of secrecy, revealing uncomfortable truths about the FBI's past. As we conclude this exploration, let us remember that the quest for truth and justice is an ongoing process.